to Airing It Out with your girl Fuller. And today I have an amazing guest for you guys. You know, it's always for us to come to you guys and bring you something that gives you fuel for your soul. So today I have Fred Becerra. Am I saying that right, Fred?
That is correct, yes.
Fred is in finance as well as you were a teacher as well.
I was a teacher, yes.
Was a teacher. So now he's in finance. So we know that there was a transition, everybody. So today, Fred is going to tell us about his transition. He's going to tell us about Fred and how he's still coping right now in this time where our globe is hurting. Everybody is having some kind of hurt from some kind of loss. So, Fred, welcome to Airing It Out. And please introduce yourself to our amazing crowd.
Well, everyone, I'm Fred Becerra. I happen to be 43 years old. I'm grateful for every year that God has me here on Earth. Just really looking forward to going and helping more people. I would say that my story starts, right after college. I followed that pattern, right? Go to school, get a job, live that life, right? That they sold me the idea. I was die hard into it.
Right.
And I found out that life had other plans for me. I found out that, going and working it's not even 9 to 5. When you're a teacher, it's a 9 to 9. It's a 9. It's a 6 to 10. It's a 6 to midnight.
Yeah, especially if you were passionate about what you do, of course, yes.
Yeah, it was wild. As you see right here, these are my former careers: science teacher, restaurateur. I'm going to get rid of that really quick right now because that's not what I do anymore.
Hey.
I get to go and change my life just as easily as I changed that name right there, those letters behind my name, and that's how easy everyone can change their life too. You see, early on in my studies, after my baccalaureate, you take your teaching credential. My mom got sick around that time, 2003, and she wound up with cancer. The nurse overdosed her with radiation therapy, and that led to dementia. Yeah, if there's one thing that everyone can take, aside from finance, aside from all the other concepts, it's that everyone needs to go and take care of their loved one. They need to go and make sure that they're not left alone. Everyone needs a timer.
Yes.
Time, if they have a radiation appointment, make sure that you as their backup know their appointment, because that person is in no state to go and knock on the door and get the nurse to take them out. We have to go and take care of them, because that's what happened to my mom. That's a horrible mistake. We just kind of the nurse will take care of it.
And by the way, Fred, we all here at Airing It Out, and I'm quite sure everyone that will view this know that our hearts and our sympathy go out to you, because that is a horrible thing, to have happen to you. So we do, that we do. Our sympathy is with you.
Thank you. Latanya, what I felt was betrayed by the system. My mom was very bright. She was a double valedictorian. She did better in school than I did. And she had a degree in studying plants, horticulture, and also she was a teacher as well for elementary school kids. So she was really sharp, and to see her intelligence.
She was mom most of all.
She had me reading at 3. She was a great teacher. She was on top of it. Very strict lady, but she did care. And what I saw was something criminal. She lost so much of who she was. Her personality went into anger, and then her world started getting smaller and smaller. And we saw her as a child, it was very, very sad, because that radiation therapy led to her carotid artery actually getting cauterized on one of the sides of her. Yeah, it was crazy. I
Yes.
wouldn't wish that on anyone. It was
No. I mean, I commend you for being able to even talk about it, but thank you for sharing with us.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus, Lord. Mm.
And
So did anybody take responsibility for this?
if you go and you sue, it's very likely that those hospitals won't want to help you out anymore in the
Okay.
future.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, it's on your record that you complain.
That you complain. Yeah. And
So
that's sad for us as a society that we have to make that choice. You shouldn't have to make that choice. Someone did something reckless and wrong, and you should have been able to go and address those people.
yeah, I mean, like the maximum limit was very low. How to prove it? All like this, it would have been a big giant mess
Okay.
to have gone and dealt with that kind of thing. So what we we just had to go and gut it out. Another travesty is that our life insurance person, the person that we had trusted to go and give us great options, he never talked about long-term care. He had the licenses to do it. He had some great products to be able to deliver, but he didn't make that convincing discussion. He just kept showing up and flipping insurance policies. That was his big deal. He would charge the company that he placed us with, he was a captive agent. They only charged, or they charged 8% to go and pull out the money. They only credited 4.
Serious?
It was, yeah, no, and then to
I
add
don't know a lot
insult to
about
injury,
insurance, but I know enough to know that ain't right.
it isn't a good deal, as you know, as you can tell. It's like it's really, really easy to tell. Also, they did not go and give us a plan. Well, my parents were younger at the time, and they basically set my parents up for a plan that would charge or all the cash value inside that was grown the plan, and so we only got the death benefit money. Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, those plans exist.
Sure they had been playing into this for years, right?
Yeah,
and much of their life.
Correct. Like they had it, for 20, 25 years. The issue is that those plans are great for older people that don't want to grow cash money inside their plan.
Right plan, just the wrong people. Yeah.
Exactly. There's no bad plan, just a bad fit. Like, this guy sold my parents the size 7 shoe when they had the size 13 foot.
Right.
Did not make any sense.
Exactly. And that's why it is so important to me that I always stress that we all have to do our job. We all have to do our part. And if this person or these people in both instances would have just took the time to do their job, you have to have a passion to be where you're at. If not, you're just there for the paycheck, and that is the wrong ingredients.
Totally agree with Tanya. The thing that I saw is that if he would have sold that long-term care plan, instead of having to flip those policies, he could have made as much, if not more, profit and served my family well. Yes. My mom, like, he could have asked, hey, when did your mother pass away? Oh, she passed away at 75. I'm like, oh, snap. You need a lot more coverage.
Yes,
you need long-term care.
Yes.
Like, it's not even a question. You're going to go and have, a lot more coverage there because, taxes are going up. When you're in your retirement years, you're not going to have as many write-offs. Your house is typically paid off. It's just he set us up for a sale instead of us up for our lives. And so, being a teacher, I mean, I had a challenging time. I was not a special ed teacher. I was aiming to be that AP teacher. I was aiming for that particular kind of kid. I was a top ranked tutor at Sylvan over in my region here. And what I would say is that the school districts, they just churn teachers like they're disposable.
Right.
The fact that they did not mandate having the individual education plans up front,
Mm-hmm.
they always were having these IEPs like in April. How is that going to help the student if I don't know what their needs are at the end of the year? Like, it's a joke, it's a travesty. Why don't our school systems go and have these individual education plan meetings at the beginning or even before the semester? Hire that teacher for those extra weeks. If we are really about education here in our society,
Right.
why the heck are we not giving our students leg up? Why can't we just cough up that little bit more?
Right. I agree. I agree.
You know,
I agree.
it's so abstract that we have those meetings towards the end. That the teacher doesn't know what those disabilities are, that we don't know even who the parents are. At my school, they had like maybe 10% of the kids with a filled out emergency card. I could not call the parent to go and help them out with discipline for their kid. I had kids throw orange at my head. I had all sorts of insanity that happened in that classroom. And I could not fix it. I had no way to go and reach out for help. My administration, God bless them, they were overworked, but I felt that we could have done more.
Everybody was in the same situation. There was no way out. You didn't see a light for somebody to come in, even in the administration, to come in and help you to move forward to what to do and where you were.
It was just like, grin and bear it. But
that kind of situation.
I didn't get to continue with my credential because of what happened. That I ran out of cash at that particular time. So I was like, uh-oh, what do I do? And then I saw what happened to my mom, and
that also put a fear in you to like, I mean, you're probably hysterical right now, like in your head, to what do I do from here?
Exactly. I found out about the firm that I work at because I got my notary's license at the time. I was a notary. I went and I found someone that worked at this firm. I got an invite to go and learn about financial concepts, how money works, what life insurance that's appropriate to someone can do for them, the tax advantages, the growth, the peace of mind that it can generate as being not the whole plan, but a part, a strong part. I'm all about going and listening to what people have, and if they have something else, what, awesome, great, phenomenal. People talk about X, Y, and Z. Great. I mean, there are products out there, that are, with technology coming out, cryptos and people go and do stocks and bonds and all that. God bless them. That's great. I don't give them advice on that, but I just say, hey, you know what? If that's what's doing it for you and you're happy with it, go for it. Good job. And do I have some of those? Yes, absolutely. I say yes. I do have some. I'm not going to tell you what, but I do.
Yeah, right.
Because it's part of a plan. Because if you look at the market, you look at what happened in 2001, 2008 with the housing crash, and then now in 2020. We've had years where you go and you grow a lot, but then you wind up giving it back, all that value that grew.
So do you feel like after going through the devastations that you went through, that pushed you into finance, that made you want to be, the guru that you are about finance? I mean, you feel like that's what brought that forth in you about finance?
Yes, I mean, there was two things. There was two things. Yes, that was one major part of it. Was like, oh my God, look at what happened to my family. Things could have been so much better. I was arrogant. I was like, I was a teacher. I know it all, and this is the way to go, right? And then a couple things that happened in my teaching career, of course with my parents, but also I had a kid go up and say, "Well, Mr. B, you don't have a Lambo, so why should I listen to you?" And it was just their way of going. Yeah, it was just their way of being a snot, you know. But I took the statement away from what the kid's intention was, which was just to get out of work. But I took that, the statement, and it stuck to me. I'm like, oh, you rotten kid, but you know what? You're right. Why can't we bring abundance to people? I mean, we're all made of the same stuff. We're all, children of God. Why can't we go and enjoy some of the better things in life that others enjoy, but we, for some reason, lock ourselves out of? It's not that, that we can't get it. It's that we just kind of tweak our minds to a point where we limit ourselves away from that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
And it's okay if it's not right now. It's okay if it's not happening immediately. But we can set ourselves on a path where we can enjoy what we have and get to like those kinds of great experiences, like owning something like that.
Right.
I'm so grateful. One of my first clients, I helped to go and teach them financial concepts, how to look at money, how to go and grow money, part of their money through life insurance. He kept on with his studies, and he wound up going and flipping houses. He was able, he's a physical therapist, great friend of mine from college. So college is great for networking.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Awesome place to go to meet.
Look, you get your education, but it is a great place. You're right for networking. You're right about that. You're right. I like that statement. I think I'm gonna have to take that from you. I like that.
It's amazing.
We all had our experiences with college, whatever it may be, but I think we all had our experiences. So that's a good thing to make sure we know that that's the one takeaway. You can't look at it as negative in lights. You have to find the positive that you got in it and pull it out. I like that. Contacts, I like that. Networking. That's great. I like that.
Network. Like I was on the cross country team with this friend. We spent years together running and going and pushing our limits to make, our team as best, the best we could. And, I'm grateful for having, someone, because I was, there was a time when I was running number one, I was the MVP, and he was right there on my shoulder. So, it just was a blessing to take part in his success, to be his, one of his financial coaches.
And see, that there is amazing too, because it's like you didn't forget. And sometimes we forget. Sometimes we get in accountability and we feel like you said you were the MPV. And I mean, you have a lot of accolades that you had did, and you didn't get caught up in you. You knew it was bigger than you, So then you could see his success and be happy for him in his success. And that's something I think we all should possess, but we don't. We're human,
If we can go and look at other people's success and use it as inspiration, I mean, because there are times when life will kick you in the face, and you're just like, oh God, what do I do? And oh no, and how can I get back up? And then you look at someone else, a friend who's made of the same stuff as you are, going and killing it, and you're like, okay, what can I tweak? Like, it's time for lunch. Let's go and hang out. Let's go and learn. Right?
Yes, and that's what it should be. We should be each one teach one. We should push it.
Yeah.
And that's definitely what it's going to take to heal our globe. That definitely, we got to. Because I said everybody's going through something. Like even listening to your story, who would have knew, what I'm saying, if we don't start talking about these things. And you don't know who can resonate with your story, And it might, and I know it was a tragedy to you, but it may be a triumph for somebody else, if that makes sense.
My mom's legacy gets to continue living. Like she is still alive because she's still touching people through the story. So, it's a fire that I get to carry.
Yes. I love that you can
So
look at it like that. Yes. And there's so many people that are grieving um, due to COVID loss and just situations as yourself here today. And they need to hear that. That's a way to deal and cope, that you remember the joyous things about them and continue to share those things. I thank you and love you so much for that, Fred. Our globe so much needed this, more than you know, more than you know, more than you know, more than
bless you, Tanya. Tanya, you are going to go and have a tremendous show. You're going to meet some phenomenal people. You're going to go and touch people's lives in a way that's going to go and just bring a sense of peace to them, because sharing people's experiences, and that it is okay to fail, it is okay to hurt, it is okay to go and take that step back. My firm, we do a lot of personal development. One of our leaders at the firm always says a setback is a setup for a comeback.
Yes.
So
yes.
I'm
yes.
so grateful to go and make things happen in that way. And then I remember something, my collegiate coach, we used to have these affirmation cards, and one of the things that he said is that it's okay to be an opportunist, and opportunists take now for the time to act.
Yes.
So it doesn't mean that you take advantage of a person, but rather an advantage of the opportunity that's out there to go and make things happen, to go and reach out and make a difference, whether it be running a 5-mile race in some hills, or whether it be just listening to someone and hearing what's going on with them, and if they're open, present something that can change their life.
Right.
And so when I found the firm, 13 years ago this April, I was able to go and see what I was missing in terms of, okay, do I have a plan? Now I have a plan. Great.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of fees are way low, 8%. How about less than 1%? How about washing, after owning the plan, washing that down to zero with just a small admin cost to go and get at your money, through a life insurance? What if it covered long-term care? What if it, there are plans now that have funeral concierge service. So someone, like when my mom passed away, I had to go and arrange all the tables because the hall was all taken up at the church. It was it was the pain. Like I was there 2 hours early, and I got into my mom's funeral like 5 minutes late. I had relatives going and ripping on me. How dare you? What do you think of your mom? Blah blah blah. Like just insanity. Yeah. I was like, I'm glad that I didn't hear it directly.
Yes, I am too. I
would have lost my top. Yeah.
Talk in a time like that. That was.
Yeah. No, that was really, really unfortunate. And
yes, I am, man. Like my thing that I want to tell you. Thank you, by the way, for your great compliments. I mean, when I first met you, okay, and like we met in another group that we're in together.
Sure.
I don't know, it was just something about your spirit. And here, look at us now. But I want you to keep educating people, keep telling your story. Don't be afraid to tell your story. And most of all, don't be afraid to talk finance to people, because you would be surprised at how many people are in the situation that your mother and your family was in. Yeah. And financially. They don't understand insurance. I myself lost my mother in 17, and that was my big thing. She had some policies, but I didn't understand whole life and term life. I didn't understand none of that. I'm still frizzled on it. I won't tell you I'm an expert. So we need more people that are approachable. Like you're approachable. You're laid back, but you're serious minded to make sure that that person gets the best product that they need instead of just making a sale. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and that's another thing too, is that these plans, they're kind of like a cup or a bucket, right? I could sell, a small cup, or I can sell like something the size of a waste receptacle to a client, right? Now, what's their goal? Do they want to have cash accumulation, or do they just want the coverage? Well, we look at that, and we'll look at how much water, how much the analogy would be that money is the water. How much money, how much water do they have to fill up that bucket? Is it all the way to the tip? The tippy top? Then that's efficient. That's great. That's it's right size. If however, I move them into something the size of a waste receptacle, but they have a cup full of water, I'm not doing my job.
Right.
And that's what that guy did to my parents. That's what happened, and we're just trying to help people avoid that.
Yeah.
There's a philosophy that if we go and work on volume, helping people, going and reaching out to more people rather than just going and trying to throw fastballs to our to our clients and trying to get them to strike out just so that way we can win. That's a very negative way. In business, we should be thinking a win for our client, a win for the community, a win then for ourselves.
Yes.
Because there's enough people out there. There's
enough people out there. There's enough resources out there that we all can succeed by not stepping on each other and not telling the truth to, first of all, because you have to tell the whole thing, the disillusion to yourself before you could tell it to your client. So I'm with you. We got to stop disillusioning ourselves, and that way we won't do it to our clients. It has to be important when we go to our jobs. We have to, our jobs, our businesses, our careers, whatever it is, school, you have to be the best that you can be at it, or it doesn't work, like you said, for yourself or for the other person on the other side that's receiving it.
Yeah, I mean,
you're right. You're right.
There will be hiccups. I had a strong business going into like 2011, 2012. Then my associates, for X, Y, and Z reason, they just weren't studying. They weren't growing themselves. They weren't going. And God bless them. They were doing the work that needed to get done to go and get relationships started, but they weren't growing themselves to be able to finish the deals. We would have to go and take care of that. And when something happened, it would be the trainer's fault, or some XYZ happened, or they had a locus of control that was away from them, and so eventually they found themselves out of the business because they got upset rather than say, hey, you know what, I need to learn, I need to grow. And so that happened. There's situations like I after my mom passed, it was a 15-year long fight, with dementia, and then the cancer came back. She couldn't tell us that she had anything wrong because she had the dementia.
Oh, wow.
So we found it too late. We found it when it was stage 4 already. I'm not crying right now because I know that she's at peace.
Yeah, you're sharing.
She is.
Don't look at it, you're crying. That's what happens to me with us in society, is that everybody looks at it and everybody wants to compartmentalize, things. That's not crying. That's sharing. That's getting that out and projecting it, because you never know who you're helping. But if we keep getting closed up in here and people say, oh, why stop crying? No, he's not crying. He's sharing. And you never know who you're sharing to and for.
Thank you. No, I mean, like, I have a piece about it because I actually had a dream. I don't know, for those that believe, that there is another world, and I about the time my mom was passing away, I believe I saw her, and she was strong again and whole again, not the withered, childlike person that I'd come to know. So what I would, go and repeat is that the ability to go and share her story is so much power. And um, that's really helped me, through a lot. The pandemic presented an opportunity to go and grow a business over Zoom. It used to be that we had to go and meet
Yeah, you had to
people in
go to,
person and,
yeah.
come over to the office and whatnot.
Mm,
And it really helped us innovate the business. And there were setbacks there too.
mm.
I had a great individual come on board the marketing team, a former school superintendent, awesome lady, and her husband wound up getting a brain tumor, and
Wow.
so she's taken some time, taking, God first, family second, business third.
Yes.
Um, the and so there was a loss of momentum, a loss of leadership, um, and so it's just taking your hits and licking the wounds and get back
Get
up.
back
And
on the horse.
you
Yes,
know
yes,
you know
yes.
if you gotta go and help out. You gotta go and contribute. Contribute to the house. Contribute to, if there's a medical emergency, or at least something that's necessary, a medical necessity. My dad needed to go and get cataract surgery. Otherwise, he'd be blind now. So
Yeah.
um, I'm glad that we were able to go and make something happen.
I'm
So
so glad. Well, Fred, I am getting looked at because of our time. But I want to thank you again for coming on, airing it out, and sharing with our world what is needed to be shared, and know that each one of us are a part of healing where we're at. We can heal it. It's just going to take us coming together and conversing as me and you did. So before you leave, what would you like to leave our audience with? And I want you to come back again, Fred. I don't want you to get please don't let this be the last time. I mean, I enjoyed conversing with you. So please come back again. But give us a nugget to leave, to leave them with today, remembering Fred. What would be your contribution today to give them a push?
you can be right or you can be rich.
Mm,
You can be right or you can be rich. Because I mean, my pride kept me small when I was a teacher, and I had to go and learn. I mean, I had to go and rethink things and grow, and things are on the upswing. I mean, I've just been able to go and um, learn different financial concepts, learn apply things,
mhm.
go and grow things to the point where I'm not there yet, not even close, but I have the strategies. They're beginning to get in place. It's just, when I say beginning, we're always starting,
Yes.
right? We're always in that perpetual, going and growing, because until we're there, we're always looking to make it happen. Like, if you have 100 reps of a workout, you're only halfway there when you're on 99.
Right, right, right,
We're
right.
always so we're always starting. We're always in that starting position, and we're only 50% there when we're at 99.
Yes.
So we have to go and keep that energy high. We have to go and keep fighting, um, because eventually that obstacle, that wall, you're going to wind up pushing through it, and then you're going to be able to take people to the other side. I've had great examples in my life. My godfather,
Mm,
God, it has really blessed him. He has 4 towers, a golf course in a neighborhood, and his inspiration to me is incalculable, because I see what they do and how they live their life, and they're still kind people. They're world class. They're not upper class, where kind of like trying to
like
keep
that.
other people down. We got to strive to be world class, where we bring people up. That's the major difference there.
Yeah,
That's
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
so
Yeah.
we we have the opportunity to go and grow. and help people. And when I see how my godfather has gone and helped people get to a better spot in their lives,
Mhm.
I mean, he deserves every single amount of abundance that's in his life. Um, I think there's a Bible passage that says wealthy man has to pass through the eye of a needle. I think he's way past these, all the way through and to the next stage, because um, he understands that it's just a tool. That the quote is, I think in the Bible, is the love of money
Is the root of all evil.
is the root of all evil. It's the love of money over another person. It's okay to go and enjoy stuff. I think I genuinely do.
Right,
We got to
right,
go and give. We got to go and give back. We've got to go and help other people be better. That's the point of it.
right.
And then it's okay to have it.
Yeah.
It's just that if people get it twisted, then we wind up with
That's where
society in the way that
you're
it
right.
is,
Yeah.
with the difficulties that are out there. So if we can go and do something for others, I think that would be the best way to go and start on our own path to abundance, is be of value, be of service, help others. And I hope that this was of service to
Well,
Airing It Out and to you.
I think it was an amazing service, Fred. I really do. And I'm so excited for you just being here, for you being a part of my world now. I'm going to reach out to you because I want to talk about some things, because you educated me today even more than I told you. I was still sketchy on some things, but I would definitely reach out to you. Is there, do you do outside help, or do you just do for the firm? Because I mean, make sure you shout you out, because
Yes.
we need you. We need you.
Awesome. Yeah. People can go ahead and like I have a Facebook page for business. They can go ahead and like that page. I do work, with the firm, to go and help people out with their insurance plans. I'm licensed in California, in Georgia, in Florida, in Pennsylvania, so I can talk to people. If someone is in a different state, I can go and get a license very easily in another state, not a problem.
Yes.
Um, One test in one state is basically qualifies. I just have to pay a small fee.
Right.
So
And I
if
like
there are
that you're
people,
willing to do that. That really shows that you want to be a service, you want to give back. And
yes,
that's what we have to do, because it doesn't only grow the people that you're going out, it also grows Fred. And that's the main thing, is that we want to grow ourselves as well as growing other people.
thank you. Yeah,
Want to offer a
I,
service.
I would say that there's a big danger out there right now, is that state of Washington, they mandated that everyone has to have long-term care. Everyone.
Really? Thank you for
Yes.
the nugget. Thank you. So
And
you
so,
guys, if you're in the Washington area, this is something that you should take a note of, and maybe start checking into this, you guys.
yeah,
On Airing It Out, all of our information is put out to help you. So if you're in the Washington area, please make sure that you take a note of what Fred is sharing with us, because that's it's important. All of these things are important, because we're living in a world of uncertainty, but we can make certain that we do the things that we need to do to provide ourselves, so that we make it through this thing. And the main
sure.
thing that we all need to guide us is the man up above. You guys know that I do not mind telling you that I serve a higher power, and I love him, because he's brought me so far as Fred as well. You heard him, he has it too. So I tell all of you guys, if you don't do anything, make sure that you have a great prayer life, and make sure you take time to spend time with him and yourself, so that you are open-minded to the things that are out there for you, because there are many things out there for us. We close our minds to it and not see it. Don't let the distraction distract you. How about that? All right, Fred, thank you again. I want you to go and have an amazing day. You guys, we will see you next week on Airing It Out.